to be announced. Fifth in figures. That's 2 places down from Calgary, but of course one of those is now removed. Fadeev, who won the figures, is not skating any longer, but it's still a major challenge for Brian Orser.
And what is the battle here is that Brian Boitano is watching, waiting in the wings. Brian Orser did win the short program in Calgary, and I'm sure that Brian Boitano is anxious to win it here.
Orser's won the last 3 major shorts between the two.
That was something that George Gross and I had discussed, George Gross being the sports writer from The Sun. We sensed this was going to happen in the lobby this morning, and it did happen. I suspect that if we go back to the warm-up, the second combination he did was the one that was meant for this program. This will certainly cost him. And being in 5th position, he just can't afford it. It's a great pity, Ted, because, of course, Brian Orser is one of the great skaters of this century. And the program today is a very pale imitation of the brilliance and spectacular short program we saw in Calgary. Very disappointing for him.
It is, and it's simply this. Here in Budapest on this occasion, Brian Boitano did it, and Brian Orser did not. The flags are waving, but not with wild enthusiasm. They're feeling more sympathy, I think, for our great Canadian star than anything else.
So disappointing for Brian Orser here. I think he had a great deal to prove to himself, to all the Canadians that have supported him over the years, not to mention the ones that have traveled across the Atlantic to see him. But the magic just wasn't there. It's neither more than that. It's a question of just not capturing the wave and riding it. This was the combination. There was the mistake, hand down, unlike Victor Petrenko, who did not put his hand down. Most unfortunate. That is what one would call a very messy kind of mistake. He was unable to recover at all. And then the program continued to slide a little bit. The double flip jump was certainly not up to the kind that he would do. I'm hoping that the judges will be fair but not cruel.
Crowd reacts to the first set of marks, and of course he must pay bitterly for the mistakes. A 5-0 from the Swiss judge, the Canadian giving him only 5-3. And a very dejected Brian Orser, a very dejected Brian Orser team sitting there. They knew this was going to happen, certainly for the technical marks. And And the second set of marks, of course, are much higher, and there is a 5.9 from the Canadian judge and from the Danish judge. And actually, he is second in this short program and is second overall right now behind Boitano, still low. Another Petrenko and a Filipovsky to come.